Cell Behavior, Section 4. In our last session, we looked at some of the ways cells behave in order to maintain homeostasis, such as making proteins or responding to stimuli in their environment. A big part of cell homeostasis involves interacting with the environment, but things can change inside the cell as well. In this example today, we're going to look at how cells tackle changes in pH, whether they're happening outside or in. Chemicals moving out or in and the reactions taking place in a cell, like synthesis, can change the pH. But what is pH? pH is a measure of free hydrogen ions. And chemicals can be classified into kind of three groups of pH: acids, neutrals, or bases. The pH scale runs from 0 to 14. And typically we talk about 1 to 14, but you can see it does go down to 0 here. An acid is anything below 7, and a base is anything above 7. The lower it gets on the scale, the more acidic it is. The higher it gets on the scale, the less acidic it is, but the more basic it becomes. If a cell does not regulate its pH, the pH can wreak havoc on chemical reactions. The chemical reactions cannot occur because enzymes will become denatured if the pH goes too far from the range where the protein can hold its shape. Buffers protect the cell from these pH changes. So let's look at a couple of questions to see how this works. A cell breaks down a chemical in a reaction and releases hydrogen ions. Remember, pH is a measure of hydrogen ions. The pH becomes more acidic. Which number below is the most likely new pH? It has become more acidic. So which number might be the best number to show it has become more acidic? We want the one that's going lower on the scale, closer to the acid. So the best one here is 5. 5 is the lowest number, which means it's the closest to the bottom and the most acidic. A cell's lysosome, which is a digestive vacuole, needs a pH of 4 to help break down damaged cell parts. That's where its homeostasis is, a pH of 4. What chemical can help the lysosome maintain that pH? It is the chemical that helps any area maintain specific pH. It is a group of chemicals called buffers. Buffers work by helping to protect a specific pH for the cell. Let's see what we remember from the slide before. A pH of 7 is blank. Do you need to look back? Go ahead. Take a minute to do so and check your answer here when you're done. A pH of 7 is considered neutral. What about below 7? What was that? Below 7 was an acid. What keeps pH from changing? What group of chemicals will help the pH stay right where it's supposed to be for that area of the body or that area of the cell? The answer is a buffer. Most living things need the cell cytoplasm to remain close to neutral. What is the pH for neutral? Do you remember? It's right here. The pH of neutral is 7. Here we have a graph. This graph shows two different responses. In the first response, in this solid blue line, when acid is added, the pH just drops. But the second line is a little different, this dotted green line. As acid is added, the pH drops, but then it maintains until eventually it begins to drop some more. Which of these lines do you think best represents a cell with a buffer? And the answer is the dashed line, the green line. How do I know? Because it was able to maintain a pH right here where the line flattens out. Now, eventually, it couldn't do it anymore, but for a long time it did. What pH was it maintaining? Well, the pH in this graph is listed on the y-axis, and so if you just extend that line across, you would see it's right at a pH of 6. Would that be an acid, a base, or neutral? What's below 7, so that 6 would be an acid. All right, we have reached the end of the presentation, so pause the video and see if you can answer these questions based on the things that you've learned. When you're done, come back here and check your answers. The first question, which type of transport moves molecules other than water from high to low concentrations? Now, you might jump to osmosis, but remember it said other than water. Osmosis is the movement of water from high to low. And it can't be active transport because active transport moves from low to high, or it takes energy. And that's not mentioned here. The question says high to low, and it's not water. So what do we call that? That's diffusion. Why is the phrase other than water important? Because it eliminates osmosis as an answer. Why is higher to lower important? Because it is a characteristic of passive transport like diffusion. Let's look at the next question. Which example below does not correctly demonstrate a cell's ability to maintain homeostasis? Does not demonstrate. So we want the one that does not show it. Let's look at the first one option. A cell's plasma membrane is selectively permeable. That helps maintain homeostasis. It makes sure that what shouldn't come in doesn't, and what shouldn't leave doesn't. A blood cell will rupture if placed in distilled water. Well, that's certainly due to osmosis, but if it's rupturing, is the cell healthy? Is it surviving and thriving? No. So it did not maintain homeostasis. This is the best choice. Using a buffer to regulate pH helps it stay healthy, helps it stay in the correct limits, and producing heat shock proteins when the temperature rises protects it against the effects of the higher temperature. So the only choice here is B. What word or words in the answer choice let you know homeostasis was not maintained? The big word here was rupture, which means the cell exploded or burst, which is not healthy and does not show homeostasis. I hope this was helpful. I'll see you next time. In the meantime, have a great day.